Sthana bhavatu, Sthano bhunaktu, Sahaviryam karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Ananda Krishnaya Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tarpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurudeva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Hello everybody, welcome today to day 3 of our Chinmaya Amrit Yatra at Chinmaya. Today our topic is My Chinmaya Yatra. the topic we have taken is My Chinmaya Yatra, Samshraya, Sthana, Shastra, meaning teachers, centers and learning. Next. There is a very famous verse from the Viveka Chudamani which goes like this. Durlabham trayamevaitat devanugrahetukam manushyatvam mokshutvam mahapurusha samshrayah. What this says is, for people, it is only with God's grace that you get three things. One is manushyatvam, this human embodiment. Second one is a deep yearning to realize the truth. And the third one is Mahapurusha Samshrayah, which means the support, the comfort, the refuge, the shelter of teachers and Guru. So, we start off therefore with, next slide please. Our Samshraya story starts with Pujya Gurudev and the entire Chinmaya mission that he has set up for our benefit. So the story starts with him. I'd like to invite Subodhini Akka and Kumar Akka to come up to the front. We are very fortunate that we have a couple of people right here amongst us who have had the privilege of seeing Pujya Gurudev and interacting with him in some way. So I welcome, come on up here, Subodhini Akka, right here, Akka. I will hand over to you.
My yatra, many years ago, there was a young girl, a student, whose father asked her to go for a lecture by a Swamiji. This was in Colombo, and that I was that student, and I really didn't want to go and listen to a Swamiji. And anyway, I went along, and when we went and sat there, Swamiji just walked in very majestically, just like you saw him yesterday. His speech was so eloquent. He got everybody so spellbound by what he was saying. And the important thing was, I was a student and I could understand and follow what he was saying, was a young girl. And my father, who was a Vedantist, also was able to follow, not only follow, but he was also spellbound. So it reached everybody. And I did not meet him again, but he came later because I had gone to England. But he came later home, and that's my dad and sister, my mom. And they were blessed by his presence. I didn't see him again, but my sister met him on 3 different occasions. Twice in London and once at home. And she is a very ardent Chinmaya fan. She and her husband knows everything, has studied Vedanta in and out, attended all the CIF, everything, and they are very ardent fans. So it's a big issue in my family. What else? So what I learned he gave me a book of Gita, which I just cursory glanced at that time. I was young, but even that cursory glance stood me in good stead when I went to England, got married to someone I only met for a week, like many of you here, right? So went there and worked, and then went to up to USA, up north to coal country. So you go through various small things, but having read the Gita and having all those things in your mind, back of your mind, really helps you throughout your life. It especially helped me on two occasions. One was when my father passed away. He had a stroke and he passed away a year later. But when he passed away, I was at peace. And that was because I had studied the Gita. I welcomed him on his journey, and that's the way he would have wanted me to be. Right? Yeah. And another occasion was when I was upstate New York with two little babies in a snow-covered place in a tiny town. I was wondering, why on earth did I come here? Why not go back? Why am I suffering here? But then I remembered the Gita, right? It says, Krishna said to Arjuna right at the beginning, right? Don't give up. Yeah. Klaivyam masma gama partha, right? Don't, you should not yield to importance, so partha. So many of you also went through similar experiences. It's nothing new or unique. But coming to Sacramento, my yatra started in earnest because now I met Bharati. That was it. And so when I met Bharati, here she was, very vibrant, very knowledgeable, and she was very kind, and that let us spark. So coming here, then I started attending the study groups. Sorry, I'm a little emotional. So studying scriptures in depth, and also interacting with the other members is very inspiring. Yeah, and I remember Bharati's teaching then, and Bharati is teaching now. Bharati has also gone on a journey. Isn't that true, Bharati? Yes. Yeah, but she is thinking, why is Subho after all these years still asking the same questions? Studying Sanskrit also is very useful. Although I know Bharati is pulling her hair, wondering why is this Subho not able to speak yet or to read properly yet. And Chandroji teaches us about Kamba Ramayana. Again, I must be a thorn in his skin with my hesitancy in reading the script. But the beauty of it is being here with so many people with the same thought and also wanting to learn, right? We're all learning on the same path. So that is the beauty of everything, that we may not know everything, we may be a long way off or maybe closer, but keep on going is the thing. So then yatras, I went on yatras. The yatra included meeting Swamijis and hosting them in our home, and physical yatras to San Diego Mahasamadhi camp. That was amazing. 3 days of all the Swamijis were there. If any of you have not been to a Mahasamadhi camp, it's a little, the price is a little high, but it is worth it.
The value.
Yes. Yeah. So then one more. Then included going to different centers in India. And one center, my favorite center, of course, was Swami Siddhabari. Swamiji first started that center. And it is in the middle of the foothills of the Himalayas, gorgeous mountains behind. And when I was young, there was a gentleman who said, wanted to tell you this story. You see a picture of Gurudev there standing, and he's standing like this. He just purchased the property at that time. And he's standing majestic, looking like he owns the whole universe, right, in the picture. And if you look carefully, you won't see any trees there. Maybe 1 or 2 small shrubs. So though he was asking, why is that? Why aren't there any trees here? So then the people had said, because it is so windy, there are no trees, they don't grow here. And then Gurudeva thought about it, and then he put a big statue of Hanumanji. It's still there, beautiful one, and the wind stopped. And now there are a lot of trees. Yeah, so that's interesting. Yeah. So look at that picture. Another one was when I went to CIF headquarters in Velianad. Swami Shankaracharya's mother's property. They had donated all that property to the Chinmaya mission. Beautiful property. Please go there. I've told a couple of people and they've actually been there. So Swami, his mother's house is there and he was born there. And there's a room there where he was born. And there was a controversy as to whether he was born there or he was born in Kaladi. Kaladi people said, no, he was born here. So then again Swami Chinmayananda, he went into a deep meditation. He meditated for a day or two, and then when he came out of the meditation, he said, Swami Shankaracharya was actually born here. So that's how they validated by his meditation and his seeing. Yeah. So I just wanted to know, and please go and see these sites and go for the Mahasamadhi camp if you can. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Akka, for sharing this. We can see how Gurudev came into their lives and she continues to be associated with the mission. Puja Gurudev always said, we are placed exactly where we should be for our growth and spiritual development. So I'm glad to have you here. I'd next like to call upon our Kumar uncle, who had the blessing of seeing Gurudev in the early days.
So before I start, I wanted to say that Before I start, I want to say that in this write-up, I have only said Swamiji, because you all guys say Gurudev, Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, but those days only Swamiji I met was him, so so that's what I have referred all the time. But I have due respect and regards for Swamiji as well as you guys say whatever, Gurudev, whatever. So basically, I wanted to say that I was 17 or 18 years old boy, and what happened that things were not good in my life at that time. Everything was upside down, and so I was kind of on a very low profile. Actually, the things were started when I was 8 years old, and until 18 or 17 of my age, that was going on, and I was in a very, very bad situation. That I don't want to say to you guys. But fortunately, what happened, my uncle, he one day told me that, hey, Swamiji is coming here, and there is a Jnana Satra. Those days we used to call Jnana Satra, not Jnana Yajna. So there is a Jnana Satra, and it is at New English School, which is on Tilak Road at Pune, which is absolutely half a mile from my home. So just a walkable distance. Those days I didn't know this girl. So I was alone for the first session. But then on the 12th, when I went and listened to the 12th chapter, she was with me. So for 12th and 9th, she was with me. For 15, I was alone with my uncle. So anyway, so the good thing, what happened is that I met Sheila when we both were in our 20s. And funniest thing that we just got married at the age of 22, 24. So that's it. And then onward, basically the things, oh, I need the glasses, but I didn't bring my glasses. Anyway.
You need glasses? Glasses are it?
No glasses?
You didn't have it?
No, you are.
No. You
Not
have
that one.
reading glasses?
Yeah, reading glasses you
No,
want?
yours is astigmatism.
Huh?
Excuse.
Better than mine. So,
He looks like
then
a
in around 1970, this is what my uncle told. This is Swamiji is coming and he is going to have a 10 days Jnana Satra at New English School. I will tell you the funniest thing of this school. This school building was like a 200 yards inside the compound wall. And what happened that first day, there was a big stage, probably 3-4 times of this. And people started coming from 5 o'clock. The session was to start at 6:30, but people started coming at 5 o'clock, and then 8,000 people on the first day. And what happened then, this 2-3 ladies, they started singing bhajans right from 5 o'clock or 5:20 or something. And the moment Swamiji came at 6:20 or 25, bhajan stopped, and those singers started saying first shloka of chapter 15. And then Swamiji, before starting everything, they narrated that, okay, what happened in the first chapter through 14th chapter. And he tried to answer the questions put forth by Arjuna, and he was right on 15th chapter, first shloka. Then he started explaining first chapter, and then the moment Swamiji started speaking, you will be surprised, amazingly quiet. No talk, nothing, and pin drop silence, I would say. Everyone was very attentive. Simple English, clear, deep, captivating voice. Oh my God. Very confident, compassionate, with intense desire, I'm telling you, that everyone should understand. Mesmerizing oratory, I'm telling you. My God. Swamiji was, of course, very learned and a wonderful teacher. Tall, lean, very pleasant personality. 1.5 hour lecture, but everybody would think like just 5 minutes are gone. And 1.5 hours is gone. So I don't know. So, and at the end of lecture, Swamiji will say, okay, whatever questions you have, you can write it down, and volunteers will collect those questions, and next day there will be an additional half an hour to answer the questions, and of course related with the chapter, not other than that. So that's what it was. 15th chapter, I think it was his very favorite chapter. So he will elaborate he will go on and on and on and like you. First one shloka, she doesn't go to the next one. Okay, so where I am. So, once again I say, because she insisted me, Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmaya has set up a curriculum, kind of curriculum for all teachers which are going to follow the thing, and for the spiritual study, I mean. in a very systematic and a regular way. Uh, so what happened that very day, people were actually crumpled, those 8,000 people. It was a very small area, I believe, so for 8,000 people. The next morning, volunteers shifted the stage on the back side of the building, which was a soccer ground. And then 10,000, 12,000, 14,000, going on and on and on. I said, where these Punais are coming from? So many people. But you know what? Last few years, since 2008, we both, me and Sheila, we both enjoyed very systematic study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita from well-studied, very devoted Bharati. You don't want to clap? So expressing same intense desire as Swamiji, answering our kindergarten-like questions tirelessly. We asked again and again, as Subha was telling, we asked again and again, same question, and she said, oh, you forgot? Yeah, I said, I'm an old man. Repeat again. Anyway, but we are very fortunate. 12,000 miles away from our homeland. Back in India, we met Bharati over here with her loving nature, well studied, with utmost devotion. She is our only attraction of our life. We all satsangi eagerly wait for our weekly class. We may go travel anywhere, but we make sure that we attend our satsang classes online. We are equally blessed that we have so many satsangi and friends who care so much for each other. Any progress because of Bhagavad Gita teachings of Dhyan, Dharana by Pujya Gurudev and Bharati? I don't know. But basically, we all know that it is Manan, Chintan and Nididhyasa are the steps we are supposed to take, but we are at Vachan level. Vachan means only we are just reading. We don't know what to do the Manan and how to do the Manan, and maybe churning in our minds when we sleep, when we get up. That is Manan, I don't know. So, but this is all right. In Marathi we say, Hehi nase todke. Means, even if the progress of understanding is average, still it is valuable, still it is significant. We have patience. How many leaves are there to Ashwatha? You know why I said Ashwatha? Because in Alandi, Devachi Alandi, where Jnaneshwar Mauli and his guru and brother and sister and brother, they used to live there, and he has a samadhi over there. Jnaneshwar Mauli's mother, there is a Ashwatha Vriksha at that Alandi premises, that Mandir premises, and she had a 1.25 lakh pradakshina before these children were born. So that is the story, I don't know. So that is what I said, Ashwatha, how many leaves? Okay, so many. So many janmas, no problem. I have patience. Kabir Das ji always said, this Padapat, this Paulwad is very sankri. Tame duina samaya. That is what Kabir Das ji said. Only one can walk in this pathway. No other person can walk together. Only one person. Sankri means very small. You know. But Sant Shrestha Tukaram Maharaj says, he Paulwad means sopi ke liye. Yat. Means this narrow way is clean by me. No spikes, no grams, no bushes, nothing. You know. Just come. It is very easy and a smooth walk. Just come, just come. Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmaya and his teachings his most wonderful gift to us. How to live and lead our lives, he taught us, she taught us. We are very grateful, both of them. Thank you very much.
We as a seeker, very, very grateful to my parents for, giving us that kind of traditional upbringing at home and taking us to Jnana Yajnas with Puja Gurudev. My siblings had a little bit more interaction with Gurudev in person than I did, so here are some reflections and some memories that they share.
Hari Om. When Bharti ji asked me to put up a video of any of my interactions with Gurudev, I do have something lovely to share. I grew up in a family where every Friday we would have bhajans in somebody's house. We heard all those bhajans that growing up. Parents took us to some lectures here and there. But my defining moment was basically in 1987. In 1987, there was a camp held in Sandipani, Mumbai. It was called Camp Tukon, and it was led by Puja Gurudev. And I was a first year college student. There's another big story of how my sister was the catalyst in actually making that happen, because she convinced my mom finally to sort of let me go and attend the camp. And that was a wonderful experience, any of you who attended the camps, you know that, you wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock, there's meditation class, the lecture, the whole day you spend time with satsang. As a first year college student, it was amazing meeting all these young people. And every evening, we would all throng to this place called Gurudev's Kutia. And those of you who've been to Sandipani, you know that there is a particular place where Gurudev used to come. And he would always be opening, his doors were open for the youngsters and all of that. And so everybody would throng over there. So this camp was about 5 days, and every day evening we would all fight to go and into Gurudev's Kutia and all that. On the fourth day, Wednesday or Thursday, I actually happened to get a seat about 2 feet away from Gurudev. He was right there and I was sitting there. And I was totally immersed in that experience. And out of the temple tea, I just turned to Gurudev and said, Gurudev, I want to become a brahmachari. And then Gurudev he looked at me eye to eye, turned towards me and said, no, focus on what you're doing right now. You're studying right now, right? I said, yeah, focus on your studies. Remember, work is another way you can serve the God. Do your work with love. Become the sheer man of achievements. And it was just that interaction, him talking to me, and at that time it was like this young kid thinking whatever. But when I heard this in context later on, and it's been a big driving principle for my life. Focus on everything that you want to do, give it a lot of love that you're doing. All those lovely values I've learned from Chinmaya Mission. Was an active Chick member in Mumbai for a while, and then came here. Life was busy, and here I am. But it's so amazing that we are still associated with Chinmaya Mission. It has been amazing experience for us and our family. Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om. So happy to be joining the Amrit Mahotsav celebrations today. My journey with Chinmaya Mission started as a Balvihar child. My parents would take us to the Gita Jnana Yajnas whenever Gurudev was attending, and hearing a voice, a sonorous voice in English across the Maidan was very impactful for a young child, fascinated us. And as we grew into Yuvakendra members, during one particular talk, it was the year when there was acute water shortage in Mumbai. No rains, a lot of talk about water cuts, a lot of angst around the community. And Swamiji in his talk had talked about why can't we pray? Why can't we all get together and pray? And at that time, the Yuvakendra members had organized an all-night bhajan sandhya, and we were all, in order to invoke some blessings. And as we left at 6 o'clock in the morning, the raindrops that fell on us that day those not only drenched us, they drenched our hearts with so much emotion and so much devotion, so much hope. When during the Tulabharan time, people had come from all over the world, and there was a lot of people from all over India. Yuva Kendra members were quite involved with the welcome and hosting duties of all the members. But the security for the gold was very tight. So the gold would come just at the time of the Tulabharan and would go. That was the plan. So Swamiji sat on the Tulabharan. When he sat, the gold bricks were taken, put on the other side, and once that was achieved, everybody was happy, and Swamiji got off, and before he could even address everyone, the gold was already gone. It was already taken by the security, and it was cleared off. So at that time, Swamiji, Gurudev just looked at that Tulabharan, and he looked and he smiled and he said, "This is Maya. This, it comes, it goes. But the impact his words left will always stay with us." Hari Om.
So if we think what is so unique about our Chinmaya mission is that all of us get an opportunity to connect with this lineage. So here, enjoy this slideshow that all of you have contributed towards. Will recognize yourselves. We take more pictures nowadays than we did in the early days, you can tell. You see how many people in our community have had the opportunity to meet Swamis, to sit with them, to talk with them, to ask them questions, to get our doubts clarified. We're indeed greatly blessed that we have this Samshraya, indeed. The next thing that we see here is, the next topic we took was Sthana. There is a verse in the Narada Bhakti Sutras which says, Tirthi kurvanti tirthani. Basically, the place is sanctified because of the people, the teachers who are there, what they teach, all the good actions that are done, the intent of the devotees who come there. So here you can see, let's run the next slideshow, of our members who have been to so many different locations of ashrams, temples. This is not completely inclusive in the sense that not everybody has put every picture, but you get a view of several of the places you will recognize where you have been and where your friends have been.
That's Sthana, yeah.
I'd like to now call upon three of our members who have done quite a bit of travel far and wide to so many of these places. Will you please come up, Gayatri ji, Balaji, and Akhil Subbarajan. Gayatri ji.
Hari Om, fellow seekers, hello, happy ji. By the grace of Bhagwan and Guruji, I had the privilege of visiting many ashrams and visiting swamis. I am from Fiji. I had no idea what was Vedanta, what was Upanishad. And in 2018, when my son was in London, Ontario, as a consultant neurologist practicing, my husband and daughter-in-law were walking by, and they came to a center in London, Ontario, where there is a Chinmaya center. And then from there onwards, we started our journey. So then I contacted Bharti ji, and then from 2018, I started the classes with her. My Acharya ji is also from Niagara Falls, Vijay ji, Vivek ji's father. So we attend a lot of classes. And my first yatra, my first trip was in India in 2023, when Acharya ji from Niagara Falls took 49 of us, all seekers, and with my husband, my son from New Zealand, to the yatra. I spent 2 weeks in Prayagraj ashram, and I'm told by my Acharya ji that in Vanprasth era, every individual should make an effort to spend 1 month out of the 12 months, that means 1 month in a year, to stay in an ashram, do the seva, connect with the Swamijis as much as you can, because we are not going to be in this world forever. The seva, the satsang is more important. So my first Swamiji I met there was late Ganeshananda ji, very nice, very humble person. and Swamini Shashwantiji. They did 1 week of discourse, and then we celebrated the Mahashivratri before we came to Delhi. And just before, couple hours before our flight, we went to the Delhi Chinmaya mission. We heard that Swami Swarupananda was doing Hanuman Chalisa. So we just ran there. I said, we want to go. So we went, and then my husband and I, we attended that, and then we came back and we packed our bags and just went back to US. Then in 2024, I was in Singapore. And every time I travel, whether it be in a yatra or vacation, I make sure I look for a Chinmaya center where I can seek blessings from Swamiji. And there I met Swami Ishwarananda, a very nice, humble person in Singapore Seva Center. It's a small area, but people are very nice, they're very helpful, they gave me a ride back home. And then in Auckland, New Zealand, when I went to visit my son, there's a new center in Auckland, and the Brahmacharya Ishan Chaitanya is there. It's a big center, very new, very nice, and they do a lot of classes, Balvihar class, adult classes as well. In 2025, when I was in, I went to another second yatra with Acharya Ji, this time a smaller group, like 25 people, and it was Mahakumbh Mela, and everyone knows what is Mahakumbh Mela. And the crowd was so huge, but with the grace of God, we chanted Hanuman Chalisa every day. As soon as our journey started in the bus, we started chanting. We had no difficulties going through the Sangam, taking a dip, no problems at all. So otherwise we could have got lost in that Mahakumbh Mela, where there were like 50,000 people coming every day. And there in Prayagraj, again we were in the ashram, and there we met Swami Pratyananda. So he did 1 week discourse. He's from another state, but he was filling up because there is no Swami at that center after late Ganeshananda passed away. And the same year we went to Mumbai because my son said he wants to go to Sindhapani. Sandipani. And there we went to Swami Tejamayananda's kutia. It was so nice. A group of like 15 people. We sat like one-on-one. Everyone had a chance to ask questions, and it was very nice. He gave us prasad there. And we had a discourse with Swami Ishwarananda. So they have a very beautiful temple in Sandipani. If you have ever had chance, please do go. And then in September last year, I went to Aurangabad, and there I asked my dentist friend, I said, hey, is there a Chinmaya center here? She said, yes. So I said, let's go. So we went in the rickshaw to meet Swami Ishwarananda. He lives with his mother in an apartment, and very humble, very nice person, young, and he also does teachings of the Bhagavata, Vedanta. In US, I've met a lot of Swamis. One was Swami Soham at the camp we had, and PSC. And then Swami Ishwarananda was here, Swami Soham was here. So I'm very blessed, and I always look forward to receiving blessings from all the Swamis. So my vacation is not a vacation to enjoy, but to seek blessings as well. Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om, thank you. You know, I tell you, I can't talk about visiting Swamiji's before giving you a little bit of a background on this thing. Most of my, 9 o'clock Gita chanting kids know this. When someone tells me, oh, I'm getting old, I can't chant these things. I used to tell them that I grew up with learning to chant only 2, slokas basically, right? 2 slokas. And, unknowingly, I knew, every god is Brahman. Why? Because I used to chant the same shloka to every god that I go to in the temple, right? So unknowingly, right? So the reason why I say this is like my journey, right, before any yatras, the places that I visited, it started about 30 years ago, right? I was at the peak of my career, very successful, and which I thought life was all about, right? Like just keep going, right? Never stop. And some beautiful divine intervention happened. And luckily it was amazing stuff. And Vikram, our son, was born, and he was in Chinmaya mission. I had no clue what was going on in Chinmaya mission. At least now you guys have a dining hall. When you are not attending study group, you just spend your time on it, right? We were standing under a tree, rain or shine, talking politics and movies, right? So I had no idea what was going on within Bavaria, right? So after this divine intervention, one such day, we were just standing there, and you all thought that Krishna is the trickster, and the lady next to me, and she's another trickster. She comes to me and says that, Yampa, why not come check out? We have a Gita class. That's what she said. I remember that to this day, right? And I said, why not? I will go, right? And I go there. That was the Granite Bay, our satsang. And she was a trickster indeed, because we were not studying Gita. We just started self-unfoldment there. But the beauty was, the first day itself, I got so mesmerized with it. And I said, forget it, Gita or not, I'm coming back to this place week after week. Now what? 23 years later, we're still hooked to that thing for to that study group, right? So why I'm saying that is, before that divine intervention happened, I had no clue about spirituality. My transaction, my yatras were all purely transactional, right? Like, I would tell the God, do me something and I will come and see you. That's all it was, right? I won't go there unless I needed something, right? So now fast forward, so many years, and and in my family, nobody was spiritual. So I thought, until after this divine intervention, and I go back to India, my Periyappa, who is like my mother's brother-in-law, and nobody wants to talk to him because they used to call him, he's a boring guy, don't ever go talk to him. And this man had told my mom, when Balaji comes to India, I want to meet with him because, you guys keep saying Chinmaya, I want to talk to him. So I go there to visit him on one of my trips to India. And my mom warns me, right, hey, make sure you get out sooner because otherwise he won't let you go. And little did I know, he had this termite, eaten half of them, Gita books from in the 60s. He was a devout, follower of Gurudev, and he had gone to every upadesha that he had done within 100 kilometers. And none of the family had any idea about spirituality, any of that stuff. So he was working as in a police station as a superintendent of police or something. So Gurudev would sign. Every time he goes visits, he will have an autograph on his Gita book, right? And he passed away, leaving that, cherished memories for me, right? Gurudev would write, Mr. Policeman, and then he would sign on those books, right? And, the people did not know the value of that book. And from that moment onwards, now every opportunity we get, right, we go. Like, for example, local here, we had gone to Chicago for the Mahasamadhi camp, visited, multiple Swamijis there, which is like in year 2006 or 2007. And then another Mahasamadhi camp now in San Jose. And then in India, whenever I go there, little did we know, like Geeta, whom I married, she lived kitty, across, right, kitty corner from her house is the Chinmaya Mission, Chennai on Harrington Road. This girl had walked to school every day passing that place. That building, had no clue what that building was. We go like, oh, this is Chinmaya Mission right here, right? So Swami Ishwarananda, right, in Chennai Center. And then, when we go to Bangalore, I had the opportunity to meet and get blessings of Swami Brahmananda in there. And of course, right, I happened to go to Chicago, actually this December for a winter retreat with Swami Ishwarananda and Swami Ishwarananda. I cannot, I will be amazed if I did not mention. We talk about this love. This man was a direct student of Gurudev, along with Guruji, and you ask him to give one sentence about Gurudev. You ask him to speak one sentence about Gurudev, you will make him cry. Yeah, the moment he opens his mouth, Gurudev, you soak in the bhakti when you meet such divine souls, actually, kinder people. And we went to several temples, right, that were built by Chinmaya Mission in Chennai and other areas. And Subhaka mentioned CIF. Oh my God, that is love of my life. So that was one of the best places to visit as well, the CIF. And one last thing. So one trip I went to India, and my flight was, coming back from India, 11 o'clock something from Chennai, and I just hear that Guruji is giving a discourse at Kamarajar Hall in Madras, actually, right? And I tell my brother-in-law, we need to go to Kamarajar Hall. He says, flight in 3 hours. I said, doesn't matter, we're just gonna go. We went there, that hall was packed. He was giving a discourse on Gita. Just go there to sit in the front to watch him speak. Of course, we have had so many interactions with Guruji, but that was really, really special for me. And then we went straight to the airport from there. Things like this. I mean, we can go on and on, but we have a 7:30 hard break, so I'll stop right here.
Thank you. The final one I'll call upon for Sthana is Akhil Sundararajan. He will wrap up in 60 seconds.
Hari Om. I've had the privilege of being associated with many different Chinmaya Mission centers, starting right here in Sacramento, where I attended Bala Vihar from 1995. Then I participated in Chinmaya Yoga Kendra, which is the youth wing of Chinmaya Mission, when I went off to college at UC Berkeley. I had the opportunity to attend a number of retreats and study groups, which was incredible. I made a lot of good friends and got to meet a lot of Swamis. I then went to graduate school at the University of Wisconsin, where I got to be associated with Milwaukee and Madison and Chicago Chinmaya Mission centers. And then after I got married, I moved to Phoenix, where I was involved in Chinmaya Mission Phoenix in the Swaranjali, and then we moved to Pittsburgh as well. And so I just gained so much by being associated with all these centers. I learned a lot, and instant connection. When you go to another place and you say that you're from Chinmaya Mission, you immediately make that connect with another person. So very thankful for all the associations.
So the third section, they're going to talk about Shastra. Can you go to the slide just before Swamiji's introduction? Akhil, can you go to that one? So the final thing about, we'll talk about Shastra after Swamiji sits with us, but just go to the final one slide before, go to the one right before Swamiji's talk, that's final one. So what I want to say is, here when we have the satsang with Swamiji, you will see the coming together of Samshraya, Sthana and Shastra. We'll take section 3 after we do the satsang. I will say 3, 2, 1 and we'll all say loudly Hari Om Swamiji, okay?
You will see it on that.
Oh yeah, I'll see it.
This one is just showing
Showing this, yes.
who is.
Yeah. Welcome Swamiji to day 3 of the Chinmaya Amrit Yatra at Chinmaya Triveni. All of us are eagerly waiting to hear from you. Welcome Swamiji.
Can you spotlight me, please?
Yes, Swamiji, you're spotlighted. You're in the spotlight.
I am in the spotlight, okay.
Yes.
It is still saying Chinmaya Triveni is the spotlight, so to me.
Can you see this?
Okay, let me see.
They have a second.
Okay.
We have 2 screens, Swamiji. One is showing the audience and the other one we are focused on you.
Recording in progress.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Veeryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam Shaktim Cha Tatputra Parasharam Cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Matatsa Chishyam Sri Shankaracharya Matasya Padma Padam Cha Hastamalakam Cha Shishyam Tam Todakam Vartika Karamanyan Asmad Gurun Santatamanatosmi Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kridau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. It is a great pleasure for me to be virtually there because the whole universe is a virtual universe. It appears to be there, but not there. But is that the way we see the world in our daily life? Do we see the world as apparent or real? Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, in half a shloka I'll tell you the entire truth of Vedanta. Ardha shlokena pravakshami yaduktam grantha kotihi. What is said in crores of scriptures, I will tell you in half a sloka. Brahma Satyam Jagan Vidya Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. Brahma Eva Satyam Jagat Mithya. The world that we see is an appearance, and the reality is only one. And that one is Brahman alone. There is nothing called Jiva. Jivo Brahmaiva na para. Now my topic is Guru, Shishya and Shastra. That's why I started with that. It is said, as I just chanted the shloka, Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Parampara. It says that Bhagavan Shiva is the Adi Guru and Bhagavan Shankaracharya is none other than Shiva Avatar, Jnana Avatar. And so from between Sadashiva and Bhagavan Shiva and Shankara, there are many other luminaries were there, including Vyasa. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam, and then Asmat Acharya Paryanta, until my own teacher, one's own teacher. It is said in the Dakshinamurti Stotram also, Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Veda Vibhagine Yomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Ishvaraha Guruhu Atma Iti Trividam Brahmana Swarupam. Brahman, the Supreme Reality itself, appears to be the individual who is ignorant. The Guru who lifts us away from that ignorance, and Bhagavan, Ishvaraha, who is indicated as a goal by the Guru to the Shishya. Ishvaro Guruhu Atma Iti Murti Veda. In essence, the Guru is the intermediary, so to say, who shows to the Jiva, individual who we are, that we can lift ourselves to the next level of our spiritual evolution, in whose absence, in Guru's absence, we will never would be able to do that. And so Guru plays a very crucial role there. It is Sri Ramana Maharshi once was asked this question, what is the role of the Guru? He very simply said, he was sitting in a room, his usual room where he used to sit down and have conversation with his disciples and devotees, and mostly no disciples, only devotees. And he looked out, there is a small window through which sunlight was coming in. He said, this window, what is the purpose of this window? He said, the people around, they said that it brings the sunlight. Does it? Does it bring the sunlight? We say that, no, sometimes we say it brings the sunlight. It doesn't bring the sunlight. It allows the sunlight. It allows the sunlight to come into that room. So that a small opening there, we call it as a window. If it is shut, sun will be outside, darkness will be inside. Not that sun has deprived any one of us its light, but we are sitting inside the room which is dark. So when we have the window open, sunlight comes in. It is always ready to spread. So when the sunlight comes in through the window, we enjoy the beautiful light that is inside the room. So then he turned to the devotees and said, I am that window, that's all. I don't want to take any credit for anything here. You open the window, then you will receive the light. We keep this in very clearly in your mind. If you don't open the window, light will be outside, you will be in the darkness. Now, the window cannot claim to have done great work. Can it? Can it claim to be the light? No. It is not the light. So, but without that window opening, can there be light inside the room? No. So, in the same way, Ishvaraha, Paramatma is there, Sarvavyapi, Vyomavat Vyapta Deha. Like the space, Vyapta Deha. Ever present everywhere. But the Guru is one who makes the Shishya become aware of the ever-present reality within and without, lifting him away from the darkness of ignorance by shedding light on him. Bhagavan Krishna also says that Bhavami Nachirat Partha Maya Veshida Chetasam, I shall become the one who uplift anybody who surrenders to me. Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. I will give them the buddhi yoga by which they will come to reach me. And he also said, I shall light up the jnana deepa in the heart of my devotees by which that light will dispel the darkness and they gain the correct understanding. So here, Guru's role is at once crucial and very important to all of us. And it just like the window brings as though the light in, though it is not true, light is always there, it enables the light to get inside that room. In the same way, the Guru is a means by which we come to know our true nature as God. He illumines that understanding. And the tools by which he will teach us is Shastra. The methodology of teaching is very, very important. Because a systematic development of thought is necessary. On the other day, I was attending a program where somebody asked this question. They gave me the topic about importance of teaching Hinduism to Hindus. Irony of the whole thing is Hindus don't know what is Hinduism. We call ourselves Hindus, but if you ask anybody, what is Hinduism? Tell me. What is Hinduism? If you ask that question, he'll say Hinduism means worshipping various gods. Krishna, Rama, Hanuman, Saraswati, Lakshmi, this and that. But Hinduism is not just a temple. It was Gurudev who said Hinduism is not even a way of life, it is a way of thinking. Like science, can you do science? Come on, some of you please do science. What do you do? You cannot do science. Science is a way of thinking. The system of thinking. And this system of thinking is what is called Hinduism. And it continues to be there. So long as the thinking people are there, there will be Hinduism. What? There will be Hinduism so long as there is thinker. There are thinkers. They are not blind believers. They are not blindly following some customs and traditions and practices. That, if that is there, then it is like any other religion. But Hinduism essentially is teaching how to think. Not about something very lofty, etc. You have to think about yourself only. Bhagavan Krishna, what did he teach Arjuna? Cosmology, astrology, religiosity, about going to temples, going in some rituals, doing puja. No, how to think. How to think and solve a problem. Is it not? Finally, what did he say? Nashto moha smritirlabdha. Karishye vachananda. Now my delusion gone. How? Because I started to think what my problem is, has been. And as our Guruji used to say, some people have problems, some people are problems. You have to find out in yourself, you have a problem or you are the problem. Many of us won't accept that we are the problem to ourselves. Not only we are the problems to ourselves and causing everyone around us problems. So thinking is to be systematically done, and the way of thinking is what is given to us in the Shastra. Shastra is not set of instructions of do's and don'ts. That's about Semitic religions. We're not talking about that. Hinduism is a conversation, is it not? All Puranas are conversations. All Puranas are about a discussion between an enlightened guru and a deserving and aspiring student who wants to know, wants to grow, wants to come out of his confusions. And any intelligent person will appreciate this way of doing things. Why? Because nobody wants to be told, do this and don't do this. And when you are young, when you are a child, when the child is small, 10, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5 years old, 6 year old, 7 year old, you tell the child, don't do this, don't do that, do this. When that fellow becomes 10 or 11, try. First thing will ask, why? Don't do it, why? Do this, why? And if you don't have an answer, you will not do it. Until I am convinced, I will not do it. That is the case with every one of us. We have all grown up like that. In the same way, religion, when you teach to anyone about do's and don'ts, they may follow because of some respect for the person who is telling, or it's a tradition, therefore. But then at some point of time, when you get a doubt, you will start questioning yourself, why am I doing this? What's the purpose? Why should I do? So, there is this conversation between a guru who has the correct knowledge and the student who really wants an answer. Not just like that he's asking questions. And no guru will say that I got enlightened overnight. True gurus won't say that. If somebody says, yesterday morning I got up and I got enlightened, therefore follow me. Never do that. Stay far away from such people. Because those who have not followed a very systematic way of thinking and evolving and maturing and coming to understand it clearly, if that process has not been done, he or she has no way to teach, educate, train and bring others into the same state of enlightenment. So just because a person is famous, everybody follows, you will also follow. After some time, you fall low. Because you are not answered. Your questions are not answered. When I get angry, what should I do? Do pranayama. Anger will go away. Is this a solution? Is it a solution? It means, because see, if you are physically having a problem, then it will be a physical solution. If you have psychologically having a problem, no physical solution will be there. If at all, it is temporary. So whenever I am angry, somebody I eat sweets. Then daily 10 kgs of sweet you will eat. But this eating sweet, will it solve the problem of anger? Hunger, maybe. But anger? Because anger is not a physical problem. In the same way, our spiritual ignorance cannot be solved by standing upside down. How much ever you do it. After you become straight again, you'll get angry. Isn't it? So, this system of thinking, and the Guru is not taking advantage of the student. He should not. Very openly, sincerely, he has to help the student. As it is said in Vivek Chudamani also, Ma Bhaishta, oh student, do not have fear. Asti kaschit upayam. There is a solution for it. Because the student approaching the teacher is feeling the burning sorrows and troubles of the world. Duruvara samsara davagni taptam dodu yamanam duradushta vadehi bhītam prapannam paripahi mrityot saranyamanya nidaham na jane. I am burning. My ignorance is burning me, the samsara dukkham. Sorrows are constantly visiting me, even though in between some pleasures are there. Uncertainties, insecurity, anger, passion, greed, jealousy. All these are all there in us. And when we don't look at carefully, we do not see them as problems. Why we don't see them as problems? Why anger or lust or greed or passion or jealousy, etc. we don't see as a problem? You know why? Because everybody has got it. This also is jealous actually. That one is jealous, that one is greedy. So much it's not a problem. It is a problem only when you don't know that you have a solution to come out of it. And people are not working on it. Everybody is comfortable. Because everybody gets angry, I also get angry. There's nothing wrong. Only a person who clearly thinks, and that's why it is said in Bhagavad Gita also, Jnanino Nityavelena. Jnanis are those who are always aware of their problems, of their shortcomings, of their limitations, of their inner disease called anger, lust, greed, etc. Bhagavan Krishna says these three are enough for you to go to hell. You want to go to hell? Maintain these three: Kama, Krodha, Lobha. Right? Definite doorways to hell. Do we consider Kama, Krodha, Lobha as doorways to hell? Do you? No. So here, how can anger or lust or passion or greed or jealousy can be overcome by some physical solutions? Not possible, because they are not physical issues. Therefore, correct thinking. This is the role of Guru, and he uses the Shastra to bring that solution to you. If you want. Nobody is forced. If you want. And slowly, by explaining the Shastra clearly, the way the student can digest and evolve, understanding. So that's why there's a difference between a teacher and a guru. Teacher is for everyone, guru is personal. The guru has to know exactly what the condition of the student is. What can be given to that person and what cannot be given, he is not ready for it. When Krishna was saying about Sthana, Arjuna asked this question, right? Hey, you are talking about mukti through knowledge. Why are you putting me into this terrible action then? Jayasi che karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tatkim karmani ghore maam niyojayasi keshava. Why are you putting me into the action when you clearly said that by knowledge alone there is liberation? Then why are you putting me into action? Bhagavan smiles and said, that's what you need to do right now. Karmaniyeva adhikarakate mahabaleshu. What does karmaniyeva adhikara means? Tvam na jnana adhikari, please. Tvam na dhyana adhikari. Tvam na bhakti adhikari. Tvam karma adhikari. Karmaniyeva adhikarakate. Why that statement is important? Karma, who is a jnana adhikari? Jnana adhikari is one who has chitta shuddhi. One whose mind is pure and who has complete vairagya, or at least a certain good degree of vairagya, such a person alone can become a jnana adhikari. Bhakti adhikari, one must have prapatti. Prapatti means surrender to God, love for God, devotion to God. Dhyana adhikari means manashanti, sanyamanam. Shama should be there, quietude must be there, inner peace should be there, control over the senses should be there. Tvam tu karma adhikari. Karmaniyeva adhikarate. See, the teacher, the guru alone knows what is your condition. That is the reason why I said that knowledge can be given to everybody by a teacher. But why do we go to a Sandipani? It can be read by the book of Gurudev. They have written so many commentaries on so many Upanishads, etc. We can study and then finish and that's all over. No. If you are to move from karma adhikari to jnana adhikari, you need hand holding by the guru who knows in and out of you. If you think that you are adhikari, the guru knows you are not. So Shastra is a specific tool through which the guru will uplift the student's mind. Slowly and steadily, it takes its own time, like a flower. When it blossoms, it doesn't open up suddenly. It's small, but you won't even see the bud. It will be covered completely, and slowly it opens. And at some point of time, it opens to the sunlight. It invites the sunlight into itself, and completely blossoms. It takes time. You cannot force it. In the same way, a student must be taught in an atmosphere of divine, atmosphere of learning, where the mind can tune itself to the teachings of the Guru. Shastra Adhyayanam, Shastra Mananam, Shastra Nididhyasanam, with no other interruptions and no other interferences. And the Guru also very systematically understands the development of thoughts, teaching systematically there, and slowly making the student have the clarity of thinking, at the same time giving instructions how to practice, and then slowly evolving to a point of understanding in such a way that this teacher, the Guru here, what he says The student just like a blotting paper, it just absorbs it without any problem. And that is why it is said in Upanishad, Shweta Upanishad very clearly says, Yasya deve para bhaktihi yata teve tata gurau tasyesha katita hi arthaha prakashante mahatmana. Yasya, of whom, deve para bhaktihi, devotion to God, yata deve, just like one has devotion to God, tata gurau, the same way if he has for his guru, to such a person, prakashante mahatmana, to such mahatmas or the evolved ones, katita hi arthaha prakashante. Whatever is said by the the guru, explaining the shastra will at once reveal itself, if one has that devotion. To develop the devotion to the guru and shastra, one has to exclusively be in their presence. That is why Gurudev started Sandipani. He was going to various jnana yajnas, giving lectures to all the people in general. But when it comes to Sandipani, he is very particular. It's not just what they give a public talk. In a Sandipani or in a Gurukulam, the teaching is very different level. The student has to be treated with the highest degree of discipline as well as knowing that their intent is to learn and release themselves from the hold of samsara. The teachers cannot compromise at all. The guru has to give him the best. So our tradition, Chinmaya tradition, Gurudev started with that intent, that there should be a honesty in explaining the scriptures. It has to be studied properly under the very proficient teacher, properly learning without any ambiguity or doubt, practicing it, convincing oneself with the correct understanding, and then one is eligible to spread the knowledge to others. That tradition is not followed everywhere. If you want to really study scriptures, very few institutions are there. If you want to stand upside down, enough people are there. You can go there. Do pranayama, dance, jump around. That's possible. And there is nothing to do with moksha. Nothing to do with release. You come back home more angry, that's all. So, and also people say, Swamiji, what to do after studying Vedanta? Study Vedanta. But, as I understood, but after studying Vedanta, what do we do? Study Vedanta. Swamiji, you didn't understand the question. What? After studying Vedanta, what do you do? There is nothing called ending the study of Vedanta, I am telling you. It's a constant development of thoughts. As you study, you know how much you don't know. I'm not talking about becoming a scholar. I'm talking about going deeper into the subject which you already know. If you study Bhagavad Gita in the beginning stages, you will understand at one level. You will start studying the same thing under a competent guru, you will see the entire thing totally different. But as you start to study, you will recognize that I missed this point last time. I did not understand this point. And then again you go through that, you will realize, oh, this is what it means. After some time you come back and, oh, this part of it I didn't look at it. Every Upanishad mantra, Bhagavad Gita shloka has so much of depth in itself. It depends upon how keen, concentrated, contemplative your mind is. It is like any musician, a very efficient or very skillful musician, when he sings or she sings, A true listener who knows about music will enjoy more than anybody else. Why? Because the one who listens with the correct understanding of the nuances of that particular raga or whatever, then such a person will say, wow, 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 that was really amazing. You will sit and wonder, what is amazing? Just sang. You didn't know. You don't know what that is. But only that person will know what an amount of depth that musician has gone in elaborating that raga. In the same way, as you study, you will understand that there is a greater and depth, not only the depth in the understanding, but also it goes deep into yourself. It changes the way you think and you treat yourself, others. It is not just at the intellectual level you get convinced, but it goes deeper in such a way, it transforms your purpose of life, daily purpose of life. How to become free from any situation. That's why I said, Yaduktam Grantha Kotipihi Ardhashlokena Pravakshame, Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Brahma Satyam Jagan Nitya. Jagataha Nityatvam. You will come to understand. How this world, which we take it for so real, is not at all, not even an iota of it is real. One cannot study Vedanta and say, I know that I am Brahman, I don't know about others.
Hari Om Swamiji.
So, that Brahma Satyam iti jnatva eva
You are muted.
jagataha nityatvam.
Put a chat.
Hello? Somebody else is also talking along with me.
Hari Om Swamiji. Our
Is it a
tempting
question?
yes, Swamiji, our tempting just informs that you will have to rejoin the.
I'm not able to hear you at all. Come nearer to the computer or wherever.
It's over there.
Can you Hari Om Swamiji, our tempting
I can't hear you.
Go to the computer.
Hari Om Swamiji, can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
But you're not the one who's asking question, correct?
So, Swamiji, the Zoom is set for 40 minutes, Swamiji.
Oh, I thought it was till 8:30. Okay, got it.
You can please rejoin Swamiji.
Right.
We have sent you the link.
No, I am fine. I am concluding now. If you have no questions, all right. It's how many minutes more?
1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute more.
1 minute.
Less than 1 minute. All right. All right. So anyway, Jagataha Mityatvam is possible only when the Brahmana Satyatvam is known, and that is the reason why Shastra Guru is very important for all of us, and that is the Chinmaya tradition, and we are celebrating 75 years of the work in that. Thank you all for joining in the entire yatra, and you are all blessed because we have come to, all of us are blessed because come to the right Guru who taught us.
This is the free zone. You have the train. Oh. Is he rejoining again?
No, I don't think so.
If he decides to. He said he was done. He's going
He says he
Can you say he's concluding? He said he's done?
He's coming again?
I think he'll come back.
No, no, he's there.
Is he coming again?
We are in.
I think he's done.
He comes back.
He's gone.
I don't think it's going to come. Okay, well, that was it. He's coming, he's coming. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, join back, join back. Oh my God.
It's just amazing that we can even do it, so that's kind of great, you know. That's what we should think about.
Very nice that we got him.
Yeah.
Come here.
Very sweet.
Is it the same meeting link? It's a new link. Hariom Swamiji, we are connecting you back just a minute.
Hariom Swami.
Okay, Swamiji, we have connected back.
Yeah, let me know if they have any questions, otherwise I'll just conclude.
Does anybody have questions? Swamiji is happy to take questions. If anybody has questions, you can please come up. Does anybody have any questions? Swamiji is happy to take them.
When is he going to come and visit us? That's my big question.
Moodiji is asking, when are you going to come and visit us?
When is your signature event?
Swamiji, it is September.
September.
September when?
12th Swami.
That is Saturday.
Hanji, yes Swamiji.
Yeah, ours is on 5th of September. Yeah.
Yes Swamiji.
I'll try to come at that time if
Oh,
possible.
that will be wonderful Swamiji. What a blessing.
So, your Hanuman Chalisa you're doing?
Yes Swamiji. Yes Swamiji. Yes Swamiji, that is our yeah. Yes Swamiji, that is our plan to do that. Yes.
Yeah, so send me details and September, by the time our program will be over,
Yes Swamiji.
I will be free enough to come there.
That would be absolutely top. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Very excited. Does anybody have any questions for Swamiji?
I
Swamiji.
could hear you clearly.
Yeah. What is your question?
If there is no question, I'll conclude.
What is it? Quickly, Rana.
The camera is looking at some garland and all those things, so we can't see who it is.
Swamiji, my question is, how do people not know their problem?
Good question.
What's your question?
How do people not know their problem?
How?
How do people know
How
that
do-
they are not a problem?
No, say it again.
How do people not know their problem?
Okay, got it. How people do not know that they have problems.
That they are a problem.
Yeah. Because they are so preoccupied and they never even look at themselves little away from themselves. Because when we are so caught up with our own mind and our what we do, and we do not know how much of trouble we are causing to others, they become unmindful of that. And so they do not see that they are problems to others.
Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji. Here.
Hari Om, thank you so much.
Swamiji, we are ready to conclude.
Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. If Akhil is there, he should do the bhajan clubbing.
Yes, Swamiji, we will do that, Swamiji, on Sunday, like you said. Yes, Swamiji, we are doing it on Sunday after the puja as you suggested. Thank you, Shubhrati. Thank you again from everybody. 1, 2, 3.
Hari Om.
Swamiji. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. So we are very, very grateful to Puja Swami Ishwarananda ji for coming today and addressing us on such a nice topic, really, the Guru and the Parampara. So what the last section we wanted this to say, what we wanted to bring it to us was, no, don't know anything, just stay with that slide, is that Samshaya, Sthana and Shastra is where the three come together, is Chinmaya Triveni, is Chinmaya mission. That's what we wanted to say. Go to the first slide on Shastra. So Shastra, they will say, is here. They give this as a definition. Ajnata Jnapakam Shastra. Means Shastra is something that tells us about what we do not know and what we cannot know by ourselves. Okay? Because it's not easily accessible to us, to our intellect the way it is now. Next slide, please. So, what this does really is introduces us to the scriptural teachings and to a God-centered life. So here is a slideshow on Shastra. You can see how we have had so many opportunities to connect with Bhagavan, to connect with so many spiritual teachers over all these years, either here at Triveni or at family camps or at children's camps or at Mahasamadhi camps. You can see how we have had the opportunity to interact, the kind of satsang we have when they come, the teaching that they do. You know, we have been doing morning texts and we are doing texts in the evening. So all the various texts that we do, so many ways, and you can see the connection is through everything that we do. So that is the idea here. God-centered life, so the way we think about it, we are learning how to think about it differently, and that brings us to this, connects us. The Guru is therefore connecting us from where we are to the teaching and to the final goal of peace and joy. So this was to show Shastra, the teacher teaching us. Next one. So we are very fortunate that we have had in our community Dr. Mukund Ram Kumar, who had a very unique experience. Please play.
Hari Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. My name is Mukund. I wanted to share a little. Hari Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. My name is Mukund. I wanted to share a little bit about my experience living at the Vedanta course in the Chinmaya ashram in Trinidad a few years ago. And really starting off my story, I grew up in Dallas and went to the temple a lot and had a lot of questions about why we did the prayers, what our different things meant, and I kind of went along with it, but I didn't quite understand why. I didn't know the language, and I didn't have the opportunity to attend Chinmaya mission in Balihar as a kid. And when I was in college, the questions grew even more, and my friend gave me some books from Chinmaya mission. This led me to a number of camps across the country as a young college student, somebody who had just graduated from college. And just finally, my wife and I, we decided that these questions were important enough, this information was so valuable, that we wanted it to be the foundation of how we lived our lives and really wanted to learn more. So this led us to the Chinmaya ashram in Trinidad, where there was a 2-year Vedanta course under Swami Ishwarananda. And this was a really incredible opportunity and incredible experience. We lived in the traditional Gurukula system and as students, and really kind of surrendered to the experience. I left my job as a medical trainee and we went there. And we studied from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. We did a lot of work around the ashram and we really learned a lot about our scriptures. We learned about why. We actually learned the language in the primary text and studied. And even more the academic pursuit of our studies. Every bit of action that we did while we were at the ashram was infused with the lectures we had just heard. We're really learning how to live the talk. And this was such a valuable experience as I now continue as a father, as a parent, as a husband, as a physician, as a son, in all my different roles, and how to really take this valuable knowledge that our gurus have given us and really apply and live it. It was a really wonderful experience. I'd be happy to share more about it. Hari Om.
Then we have some thoughts shared by one of our study group
I
members.
offer my deepest gratitude and reverence to our Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananda, and to the Chinmaya mission. We owe it to Adi Shankaracharya for reviving the Sanatana Dharma. Similarly, we owe it to our Gurudev for bringing the Sanatana Dharma to our homes and into our lives through the teaching of Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads to the common man. I feel blessed to be part of our study group. The systematic study of books over the years and listening to many acharyas has given me the clarity to the subject matter of our scriptures. For its practical application, Gurudev has emphasized the integration of Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. Following this path, I feel more equipped to face the challenges of life with more acceptance and compassion. With these blessings, I am hoping to continue the study and follow the path is laid down by Gurudev. I feel he is there with us as a divine force, guiding us every step of the way. Thank you. Hari Om.
Now, I call upon, well, let's look at this next video that Shreedarji has sent.
Hari Om, folks. This is Sridhar Iyer signing in from Hampi, Karnataka. Reflections on Chinmaya mission as a seeker. Like many of you, my journey started as a seeker of cultural roots for my children. Not only did I successfully find it for them during their 13 years that they spent at Balavihara, but I found it for myself a magnificent new life pathway for now 31 years, continuous years of seva at Chinmaya Mission Sacramento. A couple of events I will share. Uma Aunty, during the period 1995 to 2010, she spent enormous hours traveling here in many weeks to train some of our sevikas and sevaks for teaching curriculum, but also spent many hours with the administration and introducing us to San Jose folks for various administrative activities. When I asked Uma Aunty how she able to devote this much, what inspires her to devote so much time to a fledgling new, somewhat renegade center in Sacramento, her answer was, when she asked Gurudev, she spent many years since the 70s with Gurudev during his travels to the US. And Gurudev, when she asked how can she help, Gurudev's answer to her was, what he sees is Balavihara is very important, perhaps even more so in USA than the many centers that he has helped initiate in India. And he said, what you can do, this is to Uma Aunty, is do what you can to promote the growth of Bala. And she took that message, and that gave us an inspiration of what Gurudev's words can do and how it can benefit a very early organization like Chinmaya Mission Sacramento. The second incident is meeting Swamijis. My wife and I had the privilege of hosting Swamijis, multiple events, including arranging for Guruji's visit and Swami Ishwarananda and many other Swamijis that we look forward to for our Jnana yajnas. Being able to listen to them in the early mornings or when we're having evening teas, their experience with Gurudev gave me and us a view to those early years, the first perhaps 25 years of when Gurudev was trailblazing the difficulties he faced and how these Swamijis were able to observe and share those with us was another key learning. These are some events that inspires me to continue my journey as a seeker. Thank you. Hari Om.
Now we'll call upon Shankar, Natarajan and Bharat Narayan to come. They will share in a few minutes their thoughts about. So you can see here in this section we have come to talking about the programs that we offer. Yes, come.
Hari Om. It's been a privilege for us to be part of this Sunday study group. It has been over 12 years now. Sunday study group has been in. So it all happened. I'm so glad I'm sharing this with Shankar, because most of this journey I have shared with Shankar. Shankar was one of the, he joined maybe I think one of the years like 2000, when 2000.
Yeah, Hari Om. We moved from Bay Area to Folsom in 2016, almost 9 years. And I vividly remember my first day, Bharat. I was looking for a study group here, and I ran into Venki Mama. And Venki Mama has this magnetic aura, right? And he was like, "Oh, you're looking for a study group? There is one happening now. Come on." And then he came. He asked me to come and sit here, and there was a study group that was happening, and that's how I got into the study group discussion here.
So we used to sit here, and Venki Mama literally came here and they introduced, and that's since then Shankar has been attending, and he never missed a Sunday so far. For me, the inspiration for getting into Vedanta Chinmaya mission was none other than Swami Bodhatmanandaji. Speaking, Swamiji was talking about teacher, very in-depth and competent teacher. He is such. Words cannot express that. So this is how it happened. When I was actually a parent of my kindergarten son in Fremont, I was just dropping him off and picking him up, like any other parent. So I knew somebody was there giving discourses in a hall, but I was just, it's not for me, that sort of thing. And then one day it was raining and I wanted to take shelter, and then I went in. That's when he was just roaring like this. Hey, there are two types of parents. One is hallway parent, the second is hall parent. Which means like he was basically encouraging people who were there in the hallway to come inside to the Hall of Knowledge. And since then I did not miss any of his Saturdays satsang at that time. until he moved to Sandipini, Mumbai. And then at that time we also moved. And then when we visited, we could not, resist being away from him at all. It is so difficult. So we went and visited him when he was in Mumbai, and that's when he told, very lovingly he gave this order. Go be a sevak, a study group sevak, he told me, and then my wife Radhika, he asked her to be, fourth grade teacher, a Balavina teacher, and then we kept at it, we've been at it so far.
So my journey, my Chinmaya Yatra in terms of the spiritual seeker was when I was in Bay Area. I grew up in Chennai, in India. I was not associated with Chinmaya Mission back then. Even when I was in Bay Area, there was not a lot of marketing for Chinmaya Mission. We get to know about all other spiritual organizations, but I was not aware of Chinmaya Mission back then. But I was working for a company then, and my manager knew that I had a young child, and he asked me once, "How old is your child?" And I told him about 4 years. He said, "Go put her in Chinmaya Mission, Balavihar. It's the right time for you." I said, "Okay." I had so much respect for my manager. I could not imagine that he's going to check on me after some time and ask me, "Did you do that?" So I immediately rushed and looked for where is Chinmaya Mission in San Jose. I need to go find it, and I have to go enroll my daughter in there. And that's how I got associated with Chinmaya Mission. And like Bharatji was saying, back then it was in a high school in San Jose, Lincoln High School, where Swami Bodhatmananda ji was a resident acharya. And I used to drop my daughter to Chinmaya Balavihar, and I would there was a library where Swami Bodhatmananda ji would be giving talks while the Balavihar was happening. That was similar to the study group setup that we have here. So I got used to that. And once San Jose Center was opened, Swami Bodhatmananda ji also went to Mumbai. So Umaji was actually doing the administrative work then, but they didn't have Swamiji, so they were putting Swami Tejamanandaji's lectures about Sri Ramcharitmanas and stuff. So every time during the Balavihara, I was used to just going and sitting and listening to some of the scriptural studies. So naturally I was drawn. I wanted to, as soon as we moved here, I wanted to actually find and seek a study group, and luckily Venki Mama did the same thing that my managers did. Oh, you wanted a study group, you asked for it, oh come, sit here. And I didn't want to disappoint Venki Mama then, so I continued. And I was with Bharatji's study group, and I think we went on for like few weeks, and I remember, there were times where I was not punctual, or in the sense that I would just come late, or maybe, I didn't give him enough notice. So he would ask me like, "Hey, what happened?" And then that made me feel bad that, oh, okay, I had to give him enough, respect. And after then, your thing that I never missed is only after the fact that you lovingly asked me, "Hey, what happened to you? Why didn't you actually, is everything okay? Are you, why didn't you let me know?" So I made that, I felt that, it should not repeat again. So what I have gone through in my journey is listening, having that, I would say, the shraddha and respect to the people who have gone through the journey, and they are being a role model to us, and just following that. And Chinmaya Mission has given me many of those role models, and that has, kept me so far. And in all our study groups, I really enjoyed the reflection, because the Shastras were not just, dictionary meaning, I could read that on my own, but it's really the suggestive meanings of the Shastra that was more valuable, and we get that only through the study group. So thank you.
upon is Sarita Vasam. She is not only a Balavihar parent, but she's also a Balavihar Sevika, and she's going to say it from her perspective, her experience.
Hari Om. I am Sarita Vasam, and I'm being a Balavihar Sevika and also a language class Sevika for the past 9 years. And my first daughter went through Balavihar and she graduated like a couple of years ago, and my younger kids, 2 of them are right now, they're students of Balavihar. And what Chinmaya Mission gives me and my family is a place that we all get together every week and we learn so many shastras, so many culture that we bring from India, and also the chantings that we learn, and including all the languages that are offered here. Bringing up kids over here in this country that is so culturally different from how we grew up, it is such a blessing to be in company of this extended family that shares the spiritual values that we grew up with, like in India. And not only that, like, you know, talking to other sevaks, sevikas in the hallways or anywhere, like even the elders in this group, it's just an enriching experience where everyone is so encouraging, where like everyone has smiles all the time and everyone is very positive. And some of the lessons that I've learned not only helped me help me deal with my kids at home, but also my kids over here in my Telugu classes, in my second grade Balavihar classes. And that's the second part. Being a Sevika is like such a privilege where I get to be like a small part of, you know, the spiritual journey of all these little kids where they're starting so young, and I deal with second graders, so it's such a pleasure. And that too in such a conducive environment where kids are like, we play with them, we sing along with them, we are like always having fun, but at the same time we are also learning. It is like a sadhana in itself, where I am also learning a lot from the kids. It's wonderful to just be in the class with them actually. And the third part is I get to be a student too, where Bharti teaches us, Bhartiji teaches us Sanskritam. And those classes are not just language classes, they are like satsangs for me. We get to hear from other students in my class. Subhoji is a student, co-student in my class. It's such a wonderful place. And I would like to quote a Sanskrit shloka. It says, Mahajanasya samsargaha kasya nonnatikarakah Padmapatra sthitam toyam datte mukta phalashriyam, which means the company of noble people and wise people is always enriching to people who are around them. Just like how like a lotus leaf shines a small tiny water droplets into a nice shiny pearl. That's how I feel when I come here. It's being among all these noble and nice people. So that is how I in general feel about bringing my kids every Sunday, and we just are charged for the whole week when we go back. And I thank Gurudev and all the Guru Parampara who actually started this mission and gave us a platform where we are able to like learn all of these things and strive and grow together. So I'm very thankful, and thank you and Hari Om.
Now I'm going to call upon Monica Vasisht, Trideepa Nambison and Advait Mahesh to come on up. We'll go start with come here, come all three.
Hari Om, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about my experience in Chinmaya Summer Camp. The camp taught me spiritual things in a fun and interactive way. For example, they taught me the 12 Shiva temples by putting bindis on a mat. They also taught us how to draw a rangoli and how to paint the Kailasha. I really missed the camp last year because it reinforces my values that are taught in my Balavihar class. Balavihar is like a second home to me because I've been coming here for like the past 9 years, or since I was 2. Like every Sunday that there is no Balavihar, I feel like there's a gap since coming here every day is like a routine to me now. And this is like my Balavihar family. I can't imagine my life without it.
Hari Om, I'm Monica and I'm in 6th grade. I recently went to Krishnalaya last year and I'm going to tell you about my experience there. One of my many favorite things there was the food. The food was so good, there's no explanation needed. Other than the food, the Bhajan Sandhya is also something I really enjoyed. Everyone sings such beautiful songs and sang along too. Another of my favorites is when we went on a hike to the river. It was really fun. The water felt both cold and nice on my feet and was a nice hike. The last 2 things I'd like to tell you about is going stargazing. We looked up at the beautiful sky laying on the ground, pointing out all the stars and constellations. The moms would play Antakshari. I enjoyed listening to them sing. All the aunties, they'd start off singing bhajans and end up randomly with Bollywood songs. The last and my favorite of all is the friends I made there. After all the classes, we would meet up and play. Most mornings, me and my friends, we would wake up early and take my dad along with us to adventure to camp and go on many trails. In the end, it was a very fun trip and I enjoyed everything about it. Plus, I'm sure everyone else did too. We made lots of fun memories and had a blast. If they ever give us a chance to go back again, I'm not going to miss it, nor should you guys. Once again, Hari Om.
And now, Advait Mahesh.
I'm Advait. I'm 8 years old. I like Balvihar because there's many fun activities to do. At Balvihar, I enjoy listening to the stories in class, doing arts and crafts, and I make many friends here. I learn Hindi here, and I really like that I can speak with watchmen, vegetable vendors, and others when I visit my grandparents. I can also read signs, shop names, and boards in Hindi. Also, the bus boards written in Hindi. I really like when Swamijis come to our Chinmaya Triveni. Even though I don't understand everything they say, I always learn something new. They're always so kind and approachable. We went to family camp at Krishnalaya. We did hikes, skid stones, and picked fruits from trees. We also roasted marshmallows and skygazed. My favorite food in Balvihar is idli and vade.
Very nice. So, can you show the thumbnail view of all of the pictures? In the one, in the bottom corner. Yeah. So if you see here, go a little bit, you can see the one where Gurudev is, there right there. You see the Shastra one little higher up, Agnya there. You see, we have put 1 lamp. Then you see here, we have put 2 lamps, 3 lamps, 4 lamps, 5 lamps, 6, 7. And you saw this evening, we heard Swamiji, who is a student of Gurudev, okay? and then we heard our senior members speak. Then you heard the middle-aged members speak, where they are. You heard study group sevaks. You heard Balavihar's parents and sevaks. You heard young people who have actually gone to the course and thought it seriously to pursue. All the way down to these state children. This is what Chinmaya is doing for us. You know, there is a bhajan, Jyot se Jyot jagao, Satguru Jyot se Jyot jagao, Mera antar timir mitao, Satguru Jyot se Jyot jagao. This says, O Sadguru, knowledge, you know how it is passed from one to the other, one lamp to the other. We only light only one match. Once the first lamp is lit, all other lamps are lit from that lamp that was lit before. So you can see here what Chinmaya, what Gurudev has started his work, that lamp, that light is keeping on passing on. So this is what we wanted to show as our dedication and irreverence in gratitude to Puja Gurudev. So, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev. Now, before we go to Aarti, I will be very grateful that, thank you children, you all can wait right here, we'll have you three do the Aarti to come. So I wanted to say we're very grateful to Swami Ishwarananda for coming. We have never really asked him to come at short notice, but he immediately said yes and he came. And even though there was a little bit of the 40-minute glitch, it all worked out well. You can see how kindly teachers are. They're happy to reach out to us and we're very, very grateful for that. Really, we are. I think what a fitting thing that we had Swamiji address us today was really, very, made it really elevated the day. Tomorrow, I will announce about tomorrow's programs. Tomorrow, we are doing Bhajananjali. Anjali is an offering. So it's an offering of our bhajans tomorrow. You will find that our Chinmaya Swarahini children are singing. Children also learn bhajans in classes. So some of them will also come and present some songs. It should be quite a beautiful evening. Please come and enjoy that very much. The day after is, we have that waiting for that one here. The day after is the movie, okay? And Saturday is the Mela, and Sunday we are going to conclude with it. There we go. So Puja, Mela, and then the next day is the Paduka Puja on Sunday. So this is the rest of the week. Now we will do Naivedya. Kumar uncle, will you come and offer Naivedya? And then we will have Arati. Our children will keep your books here. Yeah, keep your books here. And then go ahead, the three of you can climb up the stage. Radhika ma, can you go up with them and just help so that they may make sure they're safe? Ratna and all of you can come up here to sing. Come in Geeta, come and do the singing of the. Ratna, Sarita. We have a Sarita. Come. Arya. Come. Rekha.
Ratnam, move a little bit to the, a little bit closer.
Shri Chinmaya Sadguru ki Devya Rupa Murati Karuna ki Aarati Sadguru ki सद्गुरु की। वेद उपनिषद गीता को गाया, धर्म सनातन फिर से जगाया। शुद्ध नीति प्रीति शंकर की, आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। सिद्धवाड़ी के तपोभूमि में नित्य विराजे गुरु हमारे। भक्त हृदय आनंद स्तोत्र की, आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की।
बोलिए बोलिए श्री सत्यनाथ महाराज की जय।
पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।
Hari Om everybody. Everybody come up here. We do today's picture before we all go for dinner. Everybody come on this side. We do today's picture and then we go to. Come. Everybody come stand on this side. Just leave a little gap in the middle so that you don't block. So this one space you leave on the side.